Okay, I've wasted weeks working on a video about the top 10 best birthstones, but I've just hit the wall. My son suggested that I do the birthstone video, and I think it's a good idea, but maybe I'm just not the man for the job. And after doing all this work, I'm kind of pissed off. I'm ready for a break. And just get those stinking birthstones out of my face. I mean, how many people actually have a birthstone of their own? Well, hell, never mind. I mean, everybody was probably born at one time or another, even Sheila. Well, maybe not Sheila, but you know what I mean. So I'm just going to do this video on the fly. I'm going to wing it. Whatever shows up will show up. I might even throw in a few birthstones, but we're going to get to some opal, and we're going to announce some giveaway winners and have a couple of more new giveaways. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what do you do when your main project fails? I mean, you've spent many hours, days, weeks on it, but it's dead, and CPR just isn't going to cut it. I started doing YouTube videos to educate people about opal. And education is a major reason that people watch YouTube videos. Like, I mean, how do you use one of those snaky things to pull the goop out of your drain pipe? Or how do you do brain surgery? Now that I think about it, plumbing and brain surgery have a lot more in common than you might think. Anyway, YouTube could survive with only educational videos, but it turns out that most of you could give a rip about learning. You just want to be entertained. You're just a bunch of hedonists. That's somebody who's totally into pleasure and fun. Well, and I'm here to tell you that there will be no fun here at Pulitzer Opal. And if fun is what you want, I suggest you take up extreme body piercing. I think PewDiePie has a new video about that. And what I'm trying to say is, I don't have a backup plan for my failed top 10 birthstones video. No huge, shiny, expensive things this week. It's just you and me, mano a mano, with some good old-fashioned opal education. I'm going to tell you about several things, each of them less than a minute, that you may not have heard before. And when you leave here, you may not be happy, but you'll be a better person. And if you're a better person, you might get laid. Our first lesson is a mystery rock. Now this is something that I've never seen before, and it was sent to me by Riley Gunn. We can let the guessing begin. Take a guess at what this is. I have never seen this until Riley sent it to me, and I've got like 4 of them. I've got like exactly 4 of them. So what should I do with them? Okay, I muted the original audio because I decided to let you guess. I'm going to polish some of it, and you can guess afterwards. Okay, here are the polished stones. Pretty nice looking, I'd say. But there are a lot of things that are nice looking. I mean, at least Sheila thinks I am. But she doesn't have real eyes, though, so... Time's up. Here's the part that I muted. It's the big reveal. This is untreated black Andamooka matrix. Untreated. It's not been treated. It's now all natural, or natural. You see, most people don't know that black opal occurs in nearly all opal fields, not just Lightning Ridge. I mean, the black background is usually darker from Lightning Ridge, but black color comes from variations in the minerals in an area, and wherever that opal formed, if there is something black, black minerals, then the opal will also be black. Now you know. These are some painted ladies sent to me by Riley Gunn of 53 Frogs on Opal Auctions. In opal parlance, a painted lady is a rock with a thin layer of opal on it. You say you've seen that before, right? Yes, you may have. This is the exact same phenomenon that occurs in Australian boulder opal from Queensland. Very narrow seams of opal occur within the host rock, and if you break it along that seam, you get about half of the opal on either surface. But then, why are these not as beautiful as boulder opal, you might ask? Well, because the host rock in boulder opal is ironstone, which is dark brown to black, so the contrast is greater so you see the color better. Painted ladies form in sandstone and occur mostly in Andamooka, but also in Cupripede. I have my own painted lady, so I don't need Riley's. Maybe I should just give these away. What do you think? Well, I don't know why I'm so agitated. Is it the 3 weeks I wasted trying to make the video from hell? Or maybe it's because my wife wanted me to take my YouTube production unit, my computer, out of our computer nook, which is right off the kitchen. You see, she doesn't like anything about YouTube. Well, certainly not the videos or the video makers, including me. Oh, I think that she likes me, but she hates the snot out of Colonel Pulitzer of Pulitzer Opal. That's for sure. And if that were not enough, she hates that I make videos in her space, near the kitchen. You see, it's highly desirable to work on videos in a quiet place. So I'll be in there working on a video and she doesn't want to be quiet. I mean, she's got important telephone calls and cooking. And did you know that when you cook, it's best to talk on the phone the whole time? Oh, do you think I should put a little pinch of oregano in this chili, Doris? Well, about a month ago, she decided to go on a post-pandemic tour of the country. Well, mostly just to Texas, but Texas is a big place. And do I need to remind you, don't mess with Texas? She got to see all her relatives, most of whom don't give a rat's ass about her, but she did get to visit some of our old friends from when we lived there. So, while she was gone, I decided to surprise her by moving about 3 tons of rocks and lots of other stuff out of my workroom to make room for my computer. I mean, do you think that's a good idea to put expensive computer equipment out in a room filled with rock dust, spider webs, acid, and other noxious chemicals? Well, don't worry about it, because here I am in my workroom at my computer making a video about birthstones. Birthstones! This 11.26 carat opal arrowhead came from an opal that was given to me by Steve Newstrom of Village Smithy Opals. I didn't think very much of it originally, but who's laughing now? This is one of the finest opal arrowheads that I've ever made because most of the time I don't use crystal opal for arrowheads. Am I crazy to give this one away? Don't answer that. This is a very nice Indian bloodstone arrowhead. I'm not going to weigh it because bloodstone isn't sold by the carat. This is the best thing that came out of that Birthstone video, and somebody's going to love this. I'd keep it for myself, but I have a ton of good bloodstone. I'm going to give away my second best piece of natural black Andamooka matrix opal. Oh, heck, maybe I'll give away the best one. At Pulitzer Opal, you never know what might happen. This vial of crystal opal flakes from that arrowhead is sensational. Best flakes that I've ever actually saved. And of course we have to give away those 2 nice painted ladies. Well, they're small, but they're big enough to be called ladies in my opinion. These are really more colorful than my pathetic big one, but both will be given away. I guarantee it. And now for the giveaway winners from my last video. The winner of the 5.03 carat opal named Ranger is Noni Fuss. And the winner of the 42.68 carat beautiful 2-tone opal named Pooch is Jody Roussel. Edward is a great little arrowhead, but he will be happy to relocate to the home of Emil Hart. Alba is also a great little arrowhead, and she will be happy to find out that her new owner is Will Land. And don't forget about our vial of beautiful matrix opal chips. And the winner is JP. Well, thanks to you guys, we made it to 50,000 without a hitch. Now, I apologize for running late this time, but I learned to never ever trust birthstones. They almost killed me. But stay tuned about 10 more seconds for the after video, because I'm sending some of my best opals to be set in jewelry, and you may recognize some familiar faces. I'll see you next time. 3 weeks. These are opal cabochons headed to my jeweler to set. I thought that you might want to see them before. When I get them back, I'll show you the results and you'll be impressed. Maybe. An 18.39 karat opal for my video, Smaller is Better, where I cut up an 83 karat opal in order to separate the good parts from the lesser parts. This is the lesser part, but it's still an outstanding gem. Did you guess that this 41.11 karat cabochon is from the good part of that stone? If so, you guessed right. This is one of the most beautiful cabochons that I've ever cut, and that's why I gave the original title Death by Opal, meaning that the opal was so beautiful that if you even looked at it, you might just die. Maybe I'll change it back to that. Nobody's watched it, so I guess I have nothing to lose. Look for it, Death by Opal. This stone is only 5.5 carats, but it looks like $1,000,000. I cut this in the video Striped Opal. The stripes are from cutting across the color bars. I don't get to do it very often, but I love cross-cutting opal. I got this 19 karat stone by carefully dissecting the thinnest color bar that I'd worked up till that time. This is a stone with character, so I'm going to give it a set of 14 karat gold clothes. See it in the video $60,000 Stunner. 39 carats of beautiful thick opal from the video $125 Miracle Opal. I actually sketched the setting in the video, so I'm going to go with that design. I'll bet they won't keep calling her fat when I'm finished, do you think? This amazing 18 karat teardrop has also not been seen by many. Maybe the video had a bad name. Now we're getting somewhere. It's a pitiful title. I'm going to rename it Opal Teardrop. Look for that one. It's a good video. I cut this fabulous 15 karat black opal in the video. I found the black opal motherlode. This will be difficult to set, but I'll figure it out. I love the natural shape of it, and that little rainbow is cool. You can tell them that I said that. Now here's another incredible large opal, the Swan, from my video, I Can't Believe What's Inside. And I actually couldn't believe it. This stone is spectacular. I can't give this one away because if you go swimming with it on, you might drown. My wife has a lot of experience with huge opals. Better leave this one to her. And now for some stones that were not cut in my videos. This is a 12 karat black opal that I cut some time ago. It surely deserves a setting, right? Of course. This honeycomb black Ethiopian opal is very interesting because when you turn it, you see a spiral of color. The setting will have a pivot in order to let it rotate freely. This beautiful 19 karat Ethiopian opal has a classic pattern of what you see on the back side of a honeycomb pattern. Large splotches of color. This one's particularly nice. This will make a great pendant. This 50 karat Ethiopian opal has brilliant color from all directions. My wife will need her floaties with this one. Oh no, it's Ethiopian opal, so you have to avoid water. Well, that's good, because I personally hate all types of water. If you like honeycomb Ethiopian opal, you will love this one. It has brilliant color with a lot of red, and the color can be seen from most angles, something rare for any opal, not just Ethiopian. The last opal in this roundup had me puzzled for years. I bought it on eBay where it was listed as matrix opal, and like a fool, I believed him. I just threw it in the drawer, and when I came back a few years later, lo and behold, it had changed from matrix opal to opalized wood, which is basically petrified wood, but the background becomes opal instead of just regular silica. This will make an interesting pendant, I think.